One mistake that guys keep making when they speak to women, the mistake that they keep making is they focus on the words rather than the emotions, rather than how to feel. They get too caught up in what they need to say, what they need to come up with, and they're too in their head. And when you do that, usually it doesn't work out. You can't build connections with women. You can't build honest connections. You can't show your personality. You don't enjoy the conversation because you're so stressed out, because you're so worried about what she thinks, and you're so worried about what to say. You're too self-conscious. So you should ask yourself the question, how can I feel good about myself and what I'm going to say before I say it? And how can I not focus so much on the words, but just focus on, not thinking, just speaking, just enjoying it, just getting to know a woman, just enjoying that moment, not thinking too much about what's going to happen next. And when you start asking yourself these questions, if you're honest, you probably will come to the point where you start realizing what you're not happy about in your life. Then the next question, if you really want to improve your life and relationships with women, everything else, you can ask yourself, well, what am I not doing, or what can I do to improve my life? And it might be something like this. It might be, well, I need to improve my discipline. I'm not going to the gym, or I'm not dieting, or I'm not dieting and I'm not training, or I'm not training hard enough, or I'm not enjoying it. So how can I enjoy my training? How can I become more disciplined? Or you might even say, I don't have a goal in my life. Like, I'm miserable, I'm depressed, and I'm just going out trying to meet women. It isn't working out. Then you start realizing, if I was to find happiness in my life, and I was to get some, confidence and self-esteem and discipline, maybe then when I spoke to women, things would work out better. And of course they would. So what I've always taught, and I've always strived to teach my clients, is not just to speak to women and get over social anxiety and to be confident and how to get a phone number and go on a date and get a girlfriend. That's important, don't get me wrong, that has its place. But to improve their life, to set goals in their life, to face their fears, to be accountable, it's basic things. It's not things that we've never heard of. These are the obvious things. But of course, you've got to not be a coward. You've got to take action. You've got to work at it. You've got to be patient. You've got to be consistent. So it's usually around the area that guys have setting goals, being accountable to those goals, working through fears, anxieties, emotions, traumas, all those things. But a lot of it entails getting out of your head, getting into your body, into your heart, and doing positive habits and adding value to other people. When you add value to others, and you don't have to be a businessman to do that, you just be kind, just be decent, not manipulative, not dark, not malicious and all that kind of stuff. Just decent, how you want to be treated. When you do that regularly, you feel good about yourself. It does show in your body language, it does show in your eye contact, it does show in your demeanor. People do kind of pick up on your vocal tonality. So when you're projecting that sort of energy when you're speaking to women, you're going to get a much better outcome, and you're going to feel better about yourself. And the more confident you are, the less insecure and desperate and needy you are for numbers, for results. Now, I've said before, that's not a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing if that's all you want. If you're just going up to women, running up to women, and you're just trying to get loads of telephone numbers, not a great place to be in from my experience. I've been coaching for the best part of 10 years in the area of motivation, confidence, relationships, social skills, overcoming fears, my own experience as well. Always learning and growing. It's not a good place. But if you're in a great place and you're in a good place and your life is continuously growing, and then you say, I want to go out, I want to meet a great woman, I want to go on a date. If I have a connection, I'm going, that's fantastic, nothing wrong with that. So it's just understanding the difference between the two places. And most guys, unfortunately, right, I'm doing the best I can to change it, they're in a negative place. They haven't got a goal in life. If I said to them, by the way, mate, what's your goal in life? It'll be like that. They'll be thrown off because they don't have a goal. Or what's your purpose in your life? Or what are you working towards achieving? Or how many people are you helping? How many people are you going to add value to? It might be like, I don't know. So we need to fix that. And when I work with clients on my 6 weeks confidence, on all the programs, 6 weeks confidence program, weekend confidence program, I coach them on how to do that. I help them to do that. One of my clients at the moment he's done a great job. works on his life, goes to improvisation groups, works on his confidence at work, has gone on dates with women, is coming from a good place, has improved his confidence, doing public speaking, he's facing so many of his fears, and he developed with the right mindset, with the positive attitude, and that's why he's gone on the dates. That's why his anxiety has gone down and his confidence has increased, because of implementing these things. Any guy can do it. Any of you can do it. Now, you've got to get it out of your head that it should be easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. But that doesn't mean you can't do it. It's hard at the start. The more you dip your toes into it, it gets a little bit easier after. When you start making progress and building momentum and consistency, things will start working out, then it will be very easy. So it's only hard when it's not working out because you're not putting in the effort, or you're not learning the lessons, or you're not being aware of where you're going wrong. That's when it's hard, when you don't really know what you're doing and you try and do everything on your own. So, all right, it's a little bit cheesy, right? But that's okay. It's good to be cheesy, sometimes have fun, but it's true. Ask yourself this question, right? The majority of the time when you're speaking to women and you're conducting yourself, are you speaking from your head or are you speaking from your heart? Because if the majority of the time you're speaking from your head, it's not going to work out. If you're speaking from your heart, it's definitely going to work out. So obviously all of us guys, we've got to face our fears. We've got to stop being immature. We've got to face those emotions that we try and cover up and we avoid, because sometimes it contradicts our beliefs as to what a man is and how a man should be, which for most part is not the right way, but it usually takes us a whole lifetime to work that out, which is why I'm trying to save you guys 10 or 20 years so you can do it the right way. So from your heart is honesty, kindness, respect, compassion, all that kind of stuff, authenticity, enjoying life, right? Speaking to him from that place versus insecurity, jealousy. Oh, the next guy's better than me. I want to be better than him. Or I want the number. I hope she likes me. Or what can I say? Terrible place. Not a good place to speak from. Calculated, manipulative. It ain't going to work out. And if it does, it won't be a right relationship. So it's a habit we've got to continuously build, because obviously when we get into our heart, we go back into our head again. It's human. It's nothing to be ashamed of, right? It's just the way our human mind. But we've got to work at those habits. And again, like I said in my last video, I like to make you aware of where you're going wrong before we get into the way to do it right. So these are the things that you have to understand, and then you've got to practice the positive habits, and you've got to have the strength and the discipline to not give in to the negative habits, which is the negative mindset, which is the manipulative mindset of being too calculated, too results orientated, and that's where it becomes dark. It's not honest. So you want to be honest, you want to be speaking to women, and you want to be sincere and genuine, and you haven't got anything to hide, and you're not trying to take anything, you're only trying to give. And that's when they like you, and that's when they want to go out of you, and that's when there's that shared agreement that do you want to go out with me? Yeah, take my phone number, great, you're a great guy. That's how they're going to feel. So obviously, to get to that point, we've got to work at it, we've got to face the fears, we've got to stop blaming and being jealous and hateful towards ourselves and even to others. The gym, the dieting, the goal setting, coming to events, socializing, helping, and then you get there. And it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. So it's understanding good values, how to practice from those values, how to face fears, how to be comfortable being on, because obviously to get to this point, to this comfortable place, and the right values and the right energy and all that stuff, it's not going to be a smooth ride to begin with. If it was that easy, everyone would be in a great place. But everyone can get in a great place. So sometimes to get into a good place, you've got to work for a torturous place. You have. I'm not just trying to scare people off, I'm just being honest. I can't be anything else. What's the point? So you've got to work through a lot of stuff. It's worth it though, and you guys can do it. You are tough. If I can do it, any of you can do it. I know some of you have done it, but I'm just presuming when I'm doing the videos, I'm speaking to somebody who's struggling, who hasn't got it right yet, doesn't know how to do it, all right? So, if you want to learn more, come to my Fearless event. It's free. It's on the 19th of June. You're going to learn not just how to be confident, how to speak to women from an honest place. That's one of the skills. But you're going to learn how to be better in life. You're going to learn how to connect with other people in general. You're going to learn life skills, goal setting, motivation. I know this might sound like, is that an exaggeration? It's not an exaggeration. These are the tools that I've learned and I teach through life experience. And you're going to we'll learn from each other and you can have a great connection. I'll leave you with this, right? I've observed this in the 10 years I've been coaching people. When you get two people or a group of people that have honest, like-minded conversations, it creates a transformational experience. It creates a different type of energy to the everyday energy and conversations that most people have, which are kind of mundane, boring, predictable, robotic, right? I'm not saying all the time, but for the most part. When you get people that are passionate in the same room, they might not even realize it. They change each other's lives because they're speaking positivity. They're speaking about things that are sincere and genuine, and it's not a facade, it's not cocky, it's not egotistical, it's not all that kind of stuff that's weak. And we all know it deep down, but people get involved in it, right? So that's what happens. And that's what happens at the Fearless event, which is why I'm so passionate about it. And which is why I'm super confident that it's going to fill up again and lots of you are going to want to come, and you will come, and it's going to change your life. I'm not saying it's going to change your life instantaneously, it could do that, but it's going to plant seeds. It's going to give you some tools to go away and work with. It's going to change your perspective. And if you continue to build on that perspective and those habits, it's going to change your life. So it might not change your life on the day, but it will give you an experience that will eventually change your life in the weeks and the months and the years that are ahead, all right? So if you want to come along, my email address is below. Send me an email, don't be scared, don't be shy, and I'll get back to you and I'll book you on the event. We're gonna have a great time, right? My two goals for this event. My first goal is to keep growing it, which it is growing and I am doing. My second goal is to make an even bigger impact than I made in the past when I was doing these events. So that's my two goals for the event. And to have a great time with you guys and to chill out, not take yourself so seriously, help one another, have a good conversation, and then go about our lives, all right? So when you become fearless, your life becomes more limitless. When you come to my Fearless event, you are going to feel better about yourself when you leave, all right? So I'll see you on the event on June the 19th, and I'll see you next video. I appreciate all the support. Fearless.